Hello, it's Yusufin here with another house build, or this is not a house build, this is more of a hotel room build. Imagine this hotel room being somewhere in the middle of London, like on the top of the hotel, like this very luxurious, romantic hotel room, and that's what we're gonna build in this part. I had some ideas about what I really wanted in said hotel room. I love the idea of having a bathtub in the middle of the room. It seems very inconvenient, but you see that a lot with fancy ass hotel rooms. So that's what I was going for in this part, and that's exactly what you're seeing me build. And I think this hotel room is something you would book for a romantic getaway. I wouldn't say that this is what you would book if you were staying for business in London. I wouldn't say that. But yeah, as I said, for a romantic getaway, I think that this is a great option for that. It potentially would be very expensive to spend the night in a hotel like this with this view in the middle of London, but it's in The Sims, so it's already very unrealistic, and I get that. So that, with that being said, uh, let's just get into this. We shall see where this ends, and I know where it ends. It ends with screenshots of the place. But yeah, as I normally do, I'm gonna try and voice over this thing. I felt about something that I would like to talk about. So here we go. Welcome to my TED Talk. This is me talking about books. I would say that I always kind of liked reading books. Well, okay, this has nothing whatsoever to do with this build. Just to an FYI on that. I just really wanted to talk about books and reading. As I said, I have always kind of loved books. I always really liked reading. Yeah, I can't really pinpoint the moment I started uh, to read a chapter a day. As I said, I always really liked reading. I haven't read that much in uh, a while, and then I would say maybe somewhere in the middle of the pandemic, or maybe before that, I started reading books again. I started reading, I would say maybe even for the first time, the Harry Potter series, and I decided I would like to keep that up. So ever since that moment, I have been trying to read a chapter a day of any book that I'm currently reading, uh, just to incorporate some me time into the day, because I was generally really lacking that. And I think that incorporating that chapter a day really gave me the opportunity to introduce some me time into any day. And I now am currently enjoying reading again. I for a while read before I went to bed, and when I woke up in the morning, and I did that for a while. I don't think I'm going back to that. I I usually want to get my reading in around midday, just so that I don't end up not having read a chapter that day, because I, as I said, enjoy reading and I would like to keep it up. And I also have this very comfy chair downstairs. It's like the perfect chair to read in your book with a cup of tea next to you. But I was catching myself reading in the same chair every time, and I have some options in my house to sit and read. So I decided to make a list of places where I could read my book, and then I follow that list. It might come across like I am being very controlling about my life, but I swear it's for the better, because now I at least get to sit in every spot in my house once every I think I have about 8 spots or something like that I can read. So I regulate that via this list. And so far it's great. I get to sit somewhere else in my house, have a different view every day of where I get to read. I usually, when it's now in the middle of the winter and it's cold and windy outside, but usually when it's sunny I will take my book outside and read there. But I as I said, this summer I found out that I was not using all the spots in my house to read. So I really wanted to incorporate a list for that, so that now I at least have the option to read somewhere else every night, which I think is nice and is useful. So I already read this time, when I'm recording this voiceover. I am currently reading in this book about this kid that is non-binary. He comes out to his parents, and his parents right then and there kick him out of the house. He is not even wearing shoes at this moment. Because this person is, I'm not gonna be good at this, but I'm gonna give it a try, and I think that is also nice about me trying to read this book, because I might it might help myself figure out pronouns for non-binary people, and I think that is always a good idea. But they were kicked out of their house by their parents. They walked to a CVS, like a drugstore, pharmacy kind of situation, because they know that there is a payphone there, as they were literally put out on the street with nothing. Their dad said, well, then there's the door and I don't want to see you again. So they walked to that store. They called their sister's number. The sister left the house a while back, a couple of years back, and hadn't been in contact with their family. And luckily this sister says, yes, I'm going to come and pick you up. Stay right where you are. And the sister comes, and I'm now at chapter 11, so I just started this book. But the sister comes and picks them up. And so far it's looking like they at least are getting a chance to be like a normal non-binary person. really good at this. But yeah, so far I'm intrigued by the book. I like where it's heading, and I hope I end up liking it all the way. I normally read a little bit more of romantic books, but I enjoyed this so far, and I think that that is a good thing. And I said it might help me figure out pronouns a bit better, because not something that I'm used to. And I think it's good to at least try and step into a world like that, even if it's just in a book. Also, I had a very rough December. Got sick a lot. Ended up on the emergency care on the 1st of this year, the 1st of January. Nothing bad happened, just to put that out there. And I think the reading, the books I've been reading have been really helping me to get through those tough days. Apart from it being something to do, it also is nice to dive into a world that isn't yours. And as I said, mostly read romantic books, so they usually have a happy ending, where the girl or the guy ends up with the person it wants to end up with, which kind of also helps maybe me think that there might be something like that for me in the future, somewhere down the line. You never know. And even if I don't, usually I don't even have a glass of tea next to me when I read a book. But that also helps if you really make it a nice moment every day that you do it. And I think it only takes like 2 months to incorporate a new habit. So it's something everybody could do, and I think that is also something that is nice, and that might be something worth trying. But I think all of us could really benefit from having a little bit more me time every day. Lives are already busy and very demanding of you. But yeah, I am gonna give myself a little time to look at this build and see what we're doing. You could have seen me do the whole inside. It has this nice platform with a bed on top of it. And of course this bathtub in the middle of the room, because we're going fancy for this one. And the inside looks pretty done, and we're doing the outside now as well. And as already mentioned, there are screenshots at the end of this video, which is always useful, I would say. This time though, really need for a floor pad, there is not really a need for it. I also included a kitchenette in this kitchen, smallish kitchen, in this hotel room, because I would think that this could be like a very fancy hotel where you could also maybe cook your own food, which might in some cases be very useful, I don't know. But yeah, as I said, I would really encourage anybody listening to pick up a book, try reading something for a change. I think it would be a nice new habit to start. And it's also a nice thing to talk about with friends and family. At least way a better conversation starter than talking about the millionth time you played The Sims that week. Or maybe not the millionth time that week, but since this year, potentially. I have no clue. This is the fourth time today that I've heard helicopters flying over my house, and don't really know. This one looks by himself. The first couple were definitely two helicopters. But yeah, that's what we do apparently. Apparently I am right under the fly zone. Which is great. Which is fantastic. But yeah, I think looking at my screen I can almost finish this build up. I imagine this outside to be very high up. And I really wanted a higher fence, but the higher fences were either too high or not what I was looking for style-wise. So I decided for this one. This looks a bit more of a tripping hazard if you ask me. But imagine this being on the 10th floor of the 15th floor of a hotel. That'd be terrifying. Yeah, you wouldn't catch me clenching over the end of this building. Wouldn't be doing that, but looking at my screen I can finish this build up right here. If you enjoyed watching this house build, speed build, thumbs this video up because I would like to see somebody enjoying my content. You could also subscribe to my channel so you see a next house build in 2 weeks time on the first day. My name is Viezenfan and I hope you have a lovely day. Goodbye.